let me give you an example about a good product, okay? If you want to hear a good product. In this video today, I'm going to show you our winning product criteria, okay? The criteria of products that sell and how we pick our products. So we've grown a couple of stores past the 7-figure mark, and we work with clients on the 7 and 8-figure mark that we help to grow their business. And over the years, we've really seen what kind of products work and what kind of products don't work. And probably if you've ever seen these videos on YouTube where they say, hey, these are the top 10 best-selling products in January or in February, probably have seen them, right? Like, there are a couple of things wrong with that, okay? Very first is like, well, if they are so good, why don't you sell them yourself, right? And then the second thing is all the products that are chosen, everyone calls the winning product only by one criteria, by the criteria of demand. Okay, there's demand in the marketplace. Everyone sells fidget spinners. There's so much demand in the marketplace. Well, that's cool, but there's just one piece of the puzzle. Yes, people need to want to have your product. People need to wanting to buy the product. There must be demand given, all right? But there's so many other things to it that fall in the picture. So a lot of times when you see these products up there, and I think it gives a really bad image. So what we're going to do in this video today is, first I'm going to show you our winning product criteria, and then I'm going to show you an example of a bad product, and then B, a good product. Okay, so if you stick to the end of this video, you're actually going to see a good product that you could potentially sell. But on the other side, it's here on YouTube, so probably a couple more people are going to see it, so you might not want to sell it. But anyway, I'm going to show you that so you have the criteria based on which you can choose the product. Because I know when we choose products, we choose products where we can build a brand with, that work in long term, that are not just short term. We get them up there and then they sell for 2 months and then we have to choose a new product. That is exhausting and you can't scale a business like that. So we choose products that are actually not overhyped, that we can get out there and we can build a real brand with it where, and that might sound a bit crazy, but where our customers are actually happy with, like they actually genuinely like the product and they generally want the product, right? So this is the very first thing, and it might sound crazy, but actually we try to make our customers happy. Okay, so that's the very first thing. But let's go over a couple of these criteria here that we have. So the very first criteria that we have here is it needs to solve a problem. All right, and that sounds a little bit like, yeah, duh, of course it needs to solve a problem, but think about that. After all, we're selling to human beings. We're selling to people, and people have problems. So if we have a product that solves their problem, and the way that they define the problem, the way that they see it's a problem, and we sell them a solution that solves that problem, they must give you money, and they must buy, right? If the problem is big enough and your solution is good enough to solve that problem, then that's it. The solution to the problem could be, or the problem could be, I don't find any cute tops I like, or I don't find any pants I can wear, or I don't, I want to drill a hole in the wall, so I need a tool, right? So there are problems, so you need to solve those problems for people. And those problems to you might not seem like great problems, but it really depends on the person. Like, who is the person you're selling to? And what kind of problems do they face, right? What kind of problems do they have? And then you just offer something that solves that problem. So this is number one. Then we like to sell products that people buy more than once, okay? So in our business, we don't use dropshipping as a business model. We use dropshipping to test a couple of things. But what we do is we build brands where we buy the products and we ship the products to the country where we're already selling, where we want to sell them. We store them there in a third-party fulfillment center that handles all the logistics for us. So when an order is placed, that fulfillment center sends out the product directly to our end customer, and we don't need to worry about it, right? So this is how we operate. And when we do that, we actually make people happy. So people receive the product within like a day or two, and then people are happy with the product, so naturally they want to buy more. Right? So we like to sell products where we can sell more of them. So if we sell a lamp, we make sure we position it in a way that people are like, oh, I like this band for my bed stand, but I have 2 bed stands, so I need 2 lamps. And then when they have the lamps and they're happy with it, they can come back and buy a different model, right? Or if we sell socks, hopefully people occasionally do wash their socks, so they need more than 1 pair. Right? And then we have different colors that we can do, and they're used up, so they need to buy more socks in the future. But if they really like these socks, if, for example, you sell special running socks, right? As a runner, if I don't wear running socks and I run long enough, I have a problem that I get blisters. Okay, so that's a problem. And with the right running socks, you solve that problem. But I'll need to buy more running socks in the future, so I'll need to come back and buy these special running socks, right? So it always comes down to like, who is the person? Who is the person you want to sell your product to? And what is their problem? Okay, my person that I want to sell to is a runner. Their problem is they get blisters and they want to have running socks. Now, what kind of running socks do they want? They want expensive running socks because they want them to last. Okay, so for example, this is the person that I want to sell to. And then I can sell them the socks again and again. But I can also sell them other running gear. So if I actually make them happy and they actually like the product, they will come back and buy it again. That makes sense, right? The next thing is we like to sell products for more than $35. Because here's the problem. If you start selling iPhone cases, or if you start selling something that you sell for $5 or for $10, it's really, really, really impossible to do that with paid advertisement. So if you get an ad out there, let's say you're selling an iPhone case and I'm selling a $50 product. Okay, my margin on the product, the profit that I make that I could pay Facebook to advertise a product for me, is about $30. Now I can give Facebook $29 and I'm still profitable, right? You on your phone case, the maximum you can give away is $2.50 because that's your margin, right? Now, if you are Facebook, which client do you prefer? Do you prefer the client that you can charge only $3, if not they stop advertising with you? Or do you prefer the client that you can charge almost $30 and they're still happy to advertise with you? It's clear, right? The $30 one. So Facebook has they have enough people on their platform that advertises. They don't need to pick up every little person that is selling something. They don't care. They just care about, okay, for this kind of product, I can give you a customer for about $10. Okay, so you give me $10 and I give you a customer. Well, guess what? If you're selling phone cases, you cannot do that unless you don't like money. That's another story. If you're just like, oh, how can I waste as much money as possible, then sell iPhone cases, that's great. But if you're actually in it to make money, you want to have a profit margin on the product. Okay. Also, we like that to be a non-tech product, because the problem with non-tech products is, or with tech products is, like people get the tech product and then they're like, ugh, and they can't use it because they don't know where's the on button or they don't use it right. Even if it works, they don't know how to use it, and then they return it. So if they return it, then these greedy guys want their money back. That's kind of bad, right? Because then you need to pay them back, and that's a problem. The second issue is sometimes electronics are broken. So if you, for the very first time, do this, you need to make sure the quality is all right. And if you place an order of electronics and there's an issue with that because they don't function right, well, then you're in trouble, because then they will return everything and then you lost all the money on that. So we like to, at least to begin with, we like to stay away from electronics. Okay. The next one is we like to have it to have more than 50% profit margins. Big profits. Again, we like the profit margins in that because you always think about, oh, I buy the product for $3 and I sold it for $20. Yeah, that's great. But like how many other things are in there? There's the product cost, that's one thing, but you need to ship the product, you need to store the product, you need to pay a PayPal fee, you need to pay taxes, you need to pay the advertisement, you need to pay your software. There's a lot of stuff that goes off that, right? So we like the margin to be as big as possible percentage-wise as well. And also, if you can't make it, we like to bundle existing products. Okay, so if you have two products and you can put them together, then you have a bundle and then it makes sense, right? So even if you have products that are too cheap, well, if you put them together, it might still make sense. So let me give you an example of like a bad product, okay? Earbuds. And we see this everywhere, and I see a ton of people that we consult. So we do consulting calls. It's about $500 per call. And a lot of times people try all the tricks of the trade. They try, oh, I have this plugin and it sends people text messages, and I have this extra little gimmick and it does that. And like they try to fix what doesn't work with a lot of these little gimmicks. But it's the core that you need to work on a lot of times. So most of the time when we do these calls is there's something wrong with the core of it. And I see a lot of general dropshipping stores selling a lot of things like these earbuds. Well, there are a couple of problems with that, right? First of all, it's extremely competitive. Every video you see every month of the best-selling products this month, you see freaking earbuds. Everyone wants to sell this because there's such a high demand in it. But like, Yes, there's high demand, but everyone is doing it. So it's really, really, really competitive. The second thing is it's a big investment. It costs a lot of money to get them. There's a high return rate because it's a tech product. There's not enough profit margin. And how many ears do people have? Usually 2, right? So how many earbuds do they need? Usually 1 pair. That's it. And then you drop ship it, and it takes 3 weeks for it to get to them. Half of them going to refund the money, and the rest is not going to be able to use it. The ones that are able to use it, well, they pay you there, but they're not happy with it because they waited so long for the product, right? So like you need to switch your mindset a little bit from trying to fix everything with gimmicks and with like trendy products, and just actually, it's really simple. Just care about the person you're selling to. Super simple. Care about the person. Who is the person? Give them something they want, and then they'll give you money. It's that simple. Hey, what do you like? Oh, I like this. Do you have it? No. Do you want it? Yes, I have it. Well, okay. That's it. Simple. And let me give you an example about a good product, okay? If you want to hear a good product, this is a good product. Anyone who has been wearing high heels before, right? So for the guys of you, most of you at least, probably that's not the case. But if the customer is a woman that wears high heels a lot and she gets blisters, that's a problem, right? So this product right here, for example, they sell it for $35, and you can cut it. It doesn't come in different sizes. It doesn't come in different variations. It's very simple, okay? It's not very competitive because not everyone is selling these kind of products. You have low investment. It's not an expensive product to buy, but you can sell it for an expensive price. So you have a big profit margin. There's a no return rate. Once you've worn them, you can't return them, right? Because like that doesn't work. And you can cut them together, so you don't have to have different sizes. And they're multi-purchases. The customers that bought them one will buy them again. They will wear them out. They buy one for their friend. They buy 2 on the store, right? So that makes it a pretty good product. Right? So if you like this, if you think that was a good product example, or if you agree with me on, hey, actually make your customer happy, stop selling like all the gimmicks, and don't do the shit that used to work 5 years ago. Okay? We're not in 2016 anymore. It's 2021. So do the things like you're supposed to do them. Make people happy, give them what they want, and that's pretty much that. So let me know in the comments below what you think about that. Like this video if you do like it, and make sure that you subscribe to the channel because we do release videos like this almost every day. I'll catch you tomorrow. Have a good one. Cheers.